Alright, so you are moving to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and you're looking for a good school district. So today I'm going to take you around the North Allegheny School District. I'm going to start, I live in the North Allegheny School District, and we'll just drive around the school district and show you what it's like, the neighborhoods are like and whatnot. This won't be a crazy long video. I'm trying to back out of my garage, and we can start right in my neighborhood, which is going to be the Graybrook neighborhood in the Allison Park area / McCandless area of the school district. So this is going to be the southeast corner of the school district, and of course, like a lot of the school districts, or a lot of the neighborhoods in this school district, well, the corners anyway, or the edges, you're going to see sorry, the neighbors are cutting trees down right in my driveway, so I'm going to try to get out of here real quick and get out of their way, because as you'll see in a second here, it is winter time. It's 4 degrees, and our neighborhood actually is halfway. Thanks, man. Sorry, tree guys are cutting down the trees so they can, because a lot of the trees are hitting the power lines here. This is a little crazy intro. Like I was saying, a lot of our neighborhood anyway is split. So the school district is North Allegheny School District, and then you got our neighbors behind us are in Hampton School District, and neighbors on the other side are in the North Hill School District. So I'm gonna flip you around. We'll drive through my neighborhood real quick. It's school bus. Kids are getting picked up by the school bus right now, but you can see all the snow we got. It is February 2nd as I'm filming this. So the groundhog, we just had Groundhog Day, and hey guys, how you doing? There are so many freaking kids in this neighborhood. It's insane. I'm gonna drive through the neighborhood real quick, because this, like I said, is the southeastern corner of North Allegheny School District. So you can see this is my neighborhood, the Graybrook neighborhood. We got a lot of snow this past couple weeks. I'm sure if you're following the weather, and if you're looking into Pittsburgh, like if you're not from here and you're looking into moving to Pittsburgh, this is what you have to deal with. Now, this was one of the worst winters, one of the worst storms that I can remember. I was in Los Angeles for a little bit, for 6 or 7 years, so I missed the last big snowfall of, I think it was 2013 or 2014, something like that, where they got a little more snow. We got 12 inches last Sunday, so like a week ago Sunday. You can see the tree people are here, and it's school. Man, we got all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah, they got the tree people going through the neighborhood right now, cutting down all the trees that are hitting the power lines. So it's kind of a mess at the moment. Go ahead, people. But yeah, you're going to see houses in this area. In this neighborhood, the Graybrook neighborhood, we actually have the McCandless swimming pool. The public's not public, but it's a swimming pool for McCandless Township, which is in Allison Park as well. Allison Park is part of McCandless Township. So anyway, these homes were built mainly in the late 60s. Like my home was built in 1968. I've lived here for about a year. Absolutely love this neighborhood. Tons and tons of kids, lots of families. So these houses were all built, I think there was Ryan Homes, when Ryan Homes built good homes, good solid homes, and I can't remember the other builder that was here. One of our house was actually built by a different home, and I do have some thoughts on these big box home builders. A lot of times their quality isn't that great, which unfortunately Ryan Homes has fallen into that category for me. A lot of their homes in the last, say, 20 years weren't built to the best quality. But back in the 60s, they were doing really quality homes. So I don't think our home was a Ryan Homes build, but either way, it's actually structurally really, really well built. You know, good quality homes. The only thing I see in this neighborhood so far, the issue has been when we bought the home, there was an issue with the plumbing, so they had to replace the house trap outside. So a lot of the old plumbing is here. This is the McCandless School Club, or not McCandless School, McCandless Pool. club right here in our neighborhood, which is cool. My daughter, who's in high school, actually just just walks down to the school, or to the pool. I keep saying school. Walking down to the pool, and then she actually works at the pool in the summer as well, which is cool. So yeah, there's a lot of older, not older homes, a lot of homes built in the 60s and 70s in my neighborhood. So now we're gonna cut and we're just gonna drive along. This is Thompson Run Road, and we're gonna go up here to the corner, and then we're gonna head up through the school district. Sorry if I'm rambling a little bit, but there was a lot going on in the neighborhood right there, actually. But like I said, that neighborhood is really great for families. Plus you got the pool right there. You pay like $500 or $600 a year, and you get to use the pool as much as possible. That's like a family price, the $500 or $600 per year to use that pool, so everybody in your family could go. All right, so we're gonna cut out, and then I'll go to another neighborhood. We'll go up past North Park. So on our way, leaving my neighborhood of the Graybrook neighborhood, I forgot to say, houses in that area for real estate purposes would be, it's a really large cemetery right here. Houses in my neighborhood are gonna range anywhere from like 400,000 up to, there have been homes sold in the past few months that got like $550,000. So, but they're gonna be 3 or 4, mainly 4-bedroom homes. Our home is 2,300 square feet, like 2,300, I forget how many, 23 something. So that's the size of homes that you're gonna get. Hey, really good pizza place, Large Plain, right there in the corner. Excellent pizza place, by the way. And then we're gonna be going up, I might as well show you the hospital, UPMC Passavant, which is one of the top hospitals in the area. So we're gonna go right past it here in a minute. So these homes, this is Peebles Road. So it gets a little bit of traffic. We actually looked at a couple homes on Peebles, and I was turned away because of the traffic that it gets. So between McKnight Road and pretty much this intersection here with Sample Road / Cumberland, it gets pretty busy. So if you're looking for a home, there's lots and lots of homes available that pop up along Peebles and then the neighborhoods behind Peebles, or off of Peebles. And you're going to be looking at homes anywhere in like mainly the 300,000s on Peebles Road, and they're going to be older homes built in the like the 50s and 60s. So they're going to be, yeah, the smaller type homes, smaller lots on Peebles, it seems to be, and yeah, around the $300,000 range. So this is getting up into UPMC Passavant. This is all their property here, and on the left, UPMC Passavant, really good, highly rated hospital in the area. They do a lot of cancer research and whatnot, and every time I got an issue with any kind of emergency, we're going to be coming to UPMC Passavant. I've been here quite a few times being injured, having worked construction and demolition in my life. So then we have on the left, so UPMC Passavant is on the right. This is the emergency room right here, so it's nice and close. It's pretty well centered to a lot of neighborhoods around here. And then on the left is it's going to be your college. Oh my gosh, I blank on the college name almost every single time. I don't know what my deal is, why I blank on the college name. All right, so there's the hospital, lots and lots of room for parking, and yes, it does get busy, but you can always find parking there. Unfortunately, you got to park at the far end of the parking lot quite a bit. That's UPMC Passavant. You got Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church right across the way here. And I am still blanking on this college. I feel kind of stupid. I'll put the name of the college up, but it's really nice. It's small. They do a lot with nursing in the area. So a lot of people can go there and get their nursing degree, and then I'll imagine they're going to go across and get some work at UPMC Passavant, or do some work over there towards their credits. So up over the left there is going to be McKnight, not McIntyre Square. You got the theater, you got all kinds of different restaurants there on the left. Come on, lady. There you go. Hit it. So that's Babcock that we just went over right there is Babcock Boulevard. And then there's some property right here on the left is going to be some townhomes and whatnot, townhomes and apartments. And then you have some older neighborhoods on the right. And again, these houses on the right and back in these neighborhoods are going to be they're going to be built in the 50s and 60s for the most part. I can't make a left there, of course, so we'll just skip this. We got Lowe's, Mamacitas. There's all kinds of restaurants and stuff. This is McKnight Road, or McKnight Mirror Road. So that's McCandless Crossing. I'm gonna be making a right onto McKnight, and we're gonna go down here a little bit, and then down here on the left, you'll have some more hospital type buildings, you know, offices, stuff like that. Safe Haven, you got veterinarian hospital. There's actually quite a few veterinarians here in the area. And it used to be what was that, Outback Steakhouse? They just closed up. They were right there. I don't know what's going to be going in there. Dentistry on the right, so my kids got their wisdom teeth out and they went to the dentist here on the right. So you can see there's quite a bit like within close proximity of my house. So we're only like 3 miles from my house right now, and we're hitting all these things. But you can tell in our neighborhood that I drove through, it's pretty quiet, quiet type neighborhood. Down here on the left would be you won't see it because we're going to turn and go through the park real quick to the next neighborhood, but there's going to be a Target, there's going to be Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle is like the big supermarket here in Pennsylvania. It's going to be Giant Eagle. You'll see Get Go's gas station, which is part of Giant Eagle, so you get, you know, points and whatnot from shopping at Giant Eagle. Then you can go and claim, you know, discounts on your gas or whatever at Get Go. So there's some new builds up on the left. There are going to be some townhomes. And on the right, we're going to be going towards the park, which is North Park. Now, you can't see it through the trees down here on the left, but D.R. Horton is building some townhomes and stuff down here. I actually, when I was doing demolition, my microphone just fell off. I actually tore down a huge couple buildings down there myself, not myself, but with our demolition crew, and they made it all new retirement homes and assisted living homes and stuff like that. Then there's one of the most popular churches here in the school district is the North Park Church, where this person is turning in on the right. Very large congregation there from what I understand. I don't really attend church, which I probably should, but there's one of the churches right there. And then we're going to be getting into North Park. So this is like one of the highlights for me is North Park, due to the fact that I love being outdoors. I hunt, I fish, I like playing golf. So there's a par 3, there's a driving range, there's a putt-putt course, there's an 18-hole golf course in the park here. So this is the par 3 on the right. It is super sunny today, but like I said, it's only, well, my car shows -2, but I think it's 4 degrees out. So you have just all kinds of things to do. There's so many trails, hiking trails, biking trails and stuff. Batting cages right here on the right hand as well. The municipal for McCandless is back there on the left. You got mini golf, got a little restaurant. So if you hunt or you fish, I'm sorry, not hunt. You can hunt in North Park, but you have to go through, I think, some kind of like qualifications, and I believe you actually have to volunteer so much time as well, and then they'll let you archery hunt here in the park. Now I'm a good archer, but at the same time, I don't think I'd want to hunt in the park due to the fact that you got so many people hiking and biking and running their dogs through the woods. Although there's a million freaking deer, and there's some really nice bucks I see when I'm at the park walking around, so I'm sure you'll get one, but I just think it'd be such a hassle hunting here in the park with all the people going through all the trails and everything as well. So this is North Park. We're driving along the side of it here. Then there's the 12 acre lake, not 12 acre, I forget how many acres it is, lake coming up and the sun is gonna blind us, so I'm just gonna cut out right here where you can see we're going into the park. All right, so I'm walking across, try to not get hit by a vehicle here, but they do have a pretty wide walking and biking trail that goes alongside the, not trail, lane, goes beside the road here. So we are on the like southwest corner of the lake. So this is the lake frozen over. I spend a lot of time on my kayak here. You can see there's tons of tracks out there on the snow. So people do actually ice fish here at the lake. And there's pavilions set up. Sorry about the traffic. There's pavilions set up all over the lake here. So there's parties all summer long, on the weekends especially. At the end of school year, a lot of people hold their graduation parties and stuff here at the lake. So yeah, this is North Park Lake. This is definitely one of the draws to this area, at least for me. If you're an outdoorsy type person, there are tons of tracks out there. So yeah, North Park, pretty cool. Yeah, be careful walking around North Park. It's supposed to be 25 miles an hour, and the cops are actually really good at keeping track of people and making them go 25. It's 25 for a reason, people. You got a lot of people walking dogs, riding bikes, little kids out there riding bikes along the road. And I almost got hit by some asshole in a Mercedes. So if you're watching this, Mr. Asshole in a Mercedes SUV, and you flipped off a guy who was crossing in front of you while you're going probably 40 and a 25, and you see what I'm wearing, a red hood, red flannel with a hoodie and a green hat. If that was you, fingers coming right back at you, buddy. So don't be a jerk. When you're going through North Park, people, it's 25 for a reason. All right, so driving along North Park. This is you can see pretty far down. That's all the lake. It's pretty awesome, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I love having the lake 10 minutes from my house. Load up the kayak if I only have like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something to go do some fishing, or want to bring my dogs down here to walk. It's pretty awesome to have that. I just hit the window with the camera. Sorry about that. Being 4 degrees out right now, I'm not gonna really reach my hand out too much, but so it's pretty cold out there. But we're gonna hit a really nice neighborhood here, and it's the same as mine. It's gonna be mixed between Hampton School District, North Allegheny School District, stuff like that. It's the coming up on it actually. So you can see, as big as the school district is, like as populated as it is, there's a lot of space. Like there's a lot of acreage that the square acres is like 48 square acres, something like that the school district actually covers. So you get a lot of this like rural feeling, if you will. And then we're gonna go up into this neighborhood. I'll go to the left side. Really nice. You're gonna see homes that are probably gonna be anywhere from $600,000 up to pretty much $1 million. This is gonna be the villas of North Park. All right, so these homes were probably built in the 80s. I think a lot of them were built in the 80s and 90s. It's tight right now because of this the snow. People are rude, man. It's crazy. I'm having one of those days where drivers are being jerks. All right, so we got a home here on the right by Coldwell Banker. Obviously having a viewing at the moment. So you got some nice size homes. Like I said, these are probably built in the 80s and 90s. Very large, upscale homes. And I've seen a lot of these go for around $800,000-$900,000 in the last couple years. So they're got to be pushing closer to $900,000 to $1 million. And it just depends on square footage. But these are going to be your 3, 4, 5,000 square foot homes here, the villa at North Park. And this side of Babcock is going to be all North Allegheny School District. Now, if we cross over Babcock to the other side of this neighborhood, then it's going to all of a sudden, like half your neighbor pretty much is going to be Hampton, and you're going to be North Allegheny School District. Like, it's really weirdly mixed. And then Pine Township, Pine Richland School District is the other school district that pops into that neighborhood. So yeah, really nice homes, a lot of brick homes. Cool. let's head out to another neighborhood. Oh, I've done multiple videos and ended up in North Park, so you guys have probably seen it before. This is the boathouse. Really cool. They got a restaurant here called Over the Bar. You can rent kayaks and do all that crazy stuff here as well. Here at the boathouse. So I just want to, while I'm cruising by before I get up towards the high school, I just want to show you guys that boathouse if you haven't seen any of my earlier videos. And then it just extends up. The park, or the lake, just keeps going up further north here to the dam, and then there's like a fishing pond where if you love the bass fish, honestly, you can catch some. People say you don't catch very many fish here, very large fish. I've been fishing North Park moved here in 2018, so I've been fishing it for 8 years now. And I'll tell you what, I've been hooking up into some monsters. You can catch them here. No, monsters for North Park might be like a 5-pounder, but I've caught them. It's true. And then they also stock North Park with trout. So if you like trout fish from lakes or whatnot, you can come up here. They do have the stream that connects North Park Lake to Marshall Lake, which is just like maybe a half a mile up the road here. But they do stock a lot of rainbow trout. So if you want to do that, if you're into that. There's also, I go to a Pine Creek. I go up to Neshannock Creek. Pine Creek is here real close to the school district. It's like 10 minutes from my house. So yeah, there's lots of places to fish. They got all kinds of tennis courts here at North Park. This gets packed in the summer, late in the night, probably till 10 o'clock at night or so. I've actually seen people here. It's like, I think the park closes at midnight, and people will be here playing tennis and that, what is that, paddleboard, or whatever the heck they call it, the little mini tennis thing that took the world by storm here in the last probably 10 years. They do that a lot. 2 very large dog parks here in North Park where it's an off-leash. It's like a large fenced-in area. It gets really super busy when it's nice out, especially on the weekends. So I try to come during the week and let my mutts, my 2 dogs, run around in it. But it's really cool, really nice. Lots of stuff to do if you like to be outdoors and in nature. All right, so we are finally leaving North Park. It's actually pretty big. It's a lot of space, a lot of acres, a lot of acreage. So we're heading out of North Park, and this is going to be on the north side, northwest corner of North Park as we're leaving, headed over towards Perry Highway or Route 19. So these are really large, nice homes. And no, I'm not going to just drive through all, $1 million home neighborhoods and stuff like that, but there just are a lot of them here in the school district. So, and it's such a desirable area that you're going to see a lot of higher end properties or whatnot, because just people just they don't mind spending money to be here because of the school district. And being in Allegheny County, unfortunately, you will pay high taxes because it's Allegheny County. It's where the city of Pittsburgh lives or is. So you're already going to be paying high taxes, and then being in what niche.com calls the #1 school district in Pittsburgh area, you're going to be paying extremely high taxes. One of my favorite houses is through the trees back here on the right. This was newly built probably 5 years ago, something like that. But I love the boulders. You can't tell because of all the damn snow. The boulders and everything and out front, really well landscaped here. It's my favorite spots. This is actually still like the edge of North Park. So you got some trails, you got some fields out here designated still to the park. There's a soccer field and stuff coming up here on the left as well. But we're going to be this is pretty much the edge, the northern of the northeast edge, and then it jets over west towards Perry Highway, Route 19, which we're going to jump on here in a minute. And then the high school is actually not far from this area. But yeah, getting back to the taxes, you pay a lot of taxes here for property taxes due to the school district. It's one of the higher ones in the Pittsburgh area. But nice homes, yeah, really nice homes. They got old Tudor, probably built in the 80s. Cool. But you can find the larger lots obviously here for now until people start selling off. If they have 2 acres, they sell off a half acre, an acre. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't do that. Hopefully people will keep a hold of their property and not keep selling lots off. We really don't need that. We need we need the area. We need to, like, not less homes, but at some point, man, you got to put a limit on how many houses are in the area. I hate seeing woods destroyed, and I hunt, so I'm not a bleeding heart at all by any means, but at the same time, just destroying all these woods and the wilderness and stuff, and it's just it sucks. I'd rather see more woods and less homes, to tell you the truth, which is kind of weird coming from a real estate agent, but it is what it is. That's who I am. All right, so this is Perry Highway, so we're going to be making a left here at Perry Highway, and this is Brown. I just turned off of Brown Road, so we'll go by the school real quick, the high school, show you that, and then we'll head back up. We'll go to the northern end and hit one of the most popular neighborhoods in the past. Anyway, they've been built up, Venango Trails. You're going to see a lot of resale homes there now, but it used to be brand new homes. Back in 2016, 17, 18, I think they were building them. So I'm starting to see homes come on the market now. Big $1.2, $2 million Infinity homes, Benjamin Marcus homes, stuff like that. So this is Perry Highway. We're headed south on Perry Highway. I want to go back towards the school. We like Smoothie King. My son used to work at Smoothie King when he was in high school. Really good smoothies. So you're going to see millions of car dealerships. There's going to be like Whole Foods, stuff like that. So this part, actually, Whole Foods, which would have been behind us going north on Perry Highway, is the cutoff of the school district. So we're in, this is Wexford, the Wexford area on Perry Highway here. So we're not far from the school, and it's kind of weird how it jets over. I'll show on a map, show you an outline of the school district. But wow, come on, person, make the turn. But yeah, you got Mercedes dealerships, Kia dealerships, every car you want to. There's Lotus not far from here. Hyundai, yeah, there's everything you need. PNC Bank. Everything you need is here along Perry Highway, and then this runs into McKnight Road, or McKnight Road. Oh, here we go. Whole Foods right here. I was thinking it's further north. So this is basically the start of the school district when you're coming down Perry Highway. So a lot of the homes behind me or north of Whole Foods are going to be like Pine Richland School District, but it kind of jets. So it's just out of the school district. Like I said, your neighbor could be Pine Richland and you're going to be North Allegheny School District. So you got to make sure you pay attention to the lines. Although Pine Richland is also a well-known, highly rated school district by niche.com. So you can't go wrong with Pine Richland. And then Seneca Valley, which we're going to be going up towards when we go towards like Cranberry, Freeport Road area, where I'll show you Venango Trails. But yeah, man, it's bright out. I forgot my damn sunglasses. Of all days, it's been cloudy as heck in Pennsylvania, of course, because we have more cloudy days than sunny days. So just get used to that. But man, when you have days like this, don't forget your sunglasses, especially with the snow. It's definitely bright on the eyes. So now, very good. I go Asian Palace. We get Chinese food from there quite often. Back there, very good Chinese place. Ford dealerships, Chevy dealerships. Like I said, every car. Moe's. I love Moe's. Love me some Moe's. I'm gonna pull in. This is North Allegheny High School. We're gonna pull in here. I don't know if I can film here or not. That person's on the wrong side of the road. They're going the wrong way. So this is the senior high school. There have been talks of changing the senior high school here. My son actually thought, one of my boys felt that it was like going to jail, going to the high school area, because there was like no windows pretty much in his classes. The football stadium is here. It's an amazing football stadium. I've watched a few games here. My boys didn't play football after probably 8th, 9th grade, so we didn't really go to the football games too much, but they're one of the they're a highly ranked football team every year. It doesn't seem like they're making too far in the playoffs lately, but they do really well. A lot of Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers kids have gone here. Joey Porter Jr. Just went here and graduated with one of my boys, or a year older than one of my boys or whatnot, who now plays for the Steelers, went to Penn State. So yeah, that was the high school. I'm not going to get too crazy filming in there because I don't want people to freak out with me going through the camera. So that's the high school, and then we'll head north. I'm going to go show you guys the northern tip of the school district. Oh, before I do, let's drive down and check out Infinity Custom Homes. Just put in a new plan. As my phone goes falling out of my pocket, put in a new plan. I don't know if they sold any lots yet. It's called The Ridge. So we're going to be headed down the hill from North Allegheny High School, and I'm surprised that Infinity did this. I love Infinity, probably one of my favorite builders. I always say that, but you can see they got a median in the road here, so you can't cross. It's not even plowed. So this is where the ridge is. So they're going to be putting 18 homes in this development right here. So they're going to be $1 million plus homes right down the street from the high school. But problem is, you'll have to go make a right to go down here to Target and turn around to go back north. You know what I mean? To get to the high school. So you double your commute, even though you're 3 minutes from the high school. You actually have to double your commute. You have to double back almost. So you drive all the way down here and make a U-turn or turn left and go to the next light or go into the Target parking lot. And yeah, it's pretty insane how they have that set up. I'm really surprised, to tell you the truth. I'm very surprised that Infinity put one there. Like I said, I love Infinity. The homes are going to be amazing. Might be a little bit hard to sell some of those lots. You got Shooters Golf to the left. You can do all your golf practice range there. It's like a smaller scale, mini size. What's that golf that everybody goes to? Top Golf, which we have one about 25 minutes from here. If you go south on 79, there's a Top Golf towards Bridgeville, or on the Bridgeville exit. Okay, so now we're driving westbound away from Perry Highway on Pine Creek, and there's a couple homes that have been for sale on this road. This road can get a little difficult. You can see the twists and turns. You got hills, so it can be a little bit tough pulling in and out of your driveway. So I can see why they're having some difficulty selling a few of these homes. And they're smaller homes. They're older homes built in the 50s. Like, you'll see that a lot, especially in the McCandless area. You're going to see a lot of homes, brick homes built in the 50s. They're going to range anywhere, probably in the 300s, 250 and up, 250 to 400,000 usually in McCandless. Though there are some homes, some brand new homes, and then there's some homes that were built in the 90s that can easily get 600,000-700,000. There's a couple $1 million homes for sale around the McCandless area, but for the most part, you're going to see in this area homes be anywhere from 300,000 to 600,000. Like, we looked at a home along this road, and my wife was just turned off, honestly, because of the road. And the home needed a lot of work, but I'm not afraid of doing a lot of the work myself. I don't mind flipping a house and getting my hands dirty, but it's actually where this red car right here on the right is pulling out. We looked at this home right there, so you can see it's below the road pretty much, but it's only like $250,000, but didn't like the road. And then there's some homes right here you can't see because of the pine trees. I forget the name of this neighborhood. There's some $1 million homes back in there, some very, very large homes, upscale homes. There's a little creek down there called Pine Creek, but that's not the one I fish at. It's basically a little stream here. They don't stock this, from what I know. Now we're going to be hitting Brant School Road, so now we're pretty much in the Ingomar area, and we're going to be heading up into like Franklin Park, Marshall Township, stuff like that. So I looked at another home here on the left, which is really cool because I had two homes on the property back in there. It was only like $320,000, but it had two homes, and they actually redid the one home. So you'll see there have been a couple homes along this road, Brand School Road, for sale. Like this home right here on the left had been for sale. It was a hard sell because this road gets pretty busy, and tell you what, when it gets snow covered, it can get a little bit treacherous until the crews get out. And the crews here in the area actually do quite a nice job, I think, honestly, of getting the plows through and they get a little crazy with the salt. Salt hurts my dog's feet when I'm trying to walk them, but if you want a snow sled ride, man, this church right here on the left, people hit that like crazy. Nice hill. It's a Lutheran church, Trinity Lutheran Church. And then there's a very, very large, probably the biggest church I know of up here on the left before we hit Sorgels. Sorgels is going to be like your farm to table type stuff. Get your pumpkins. They have a huge pumpkin patch. They have amazing apples. So yeah, it's amazing. I used to go with my daughter, take her when she was young with my wife and my daughter, and we get pumpkins. We've gone through the apple orchards, pick your own apples, stuff like that. It's really cool. These houses along Brand School Road are extremely nice, but it is a difficult sale. So if you're thinking about staying here for maybe 5-10 years and then reselling, just know that it's not the easiest sell because of this road. So you got a smaller farm right here, the Kalen Farm Market. And then this Orchard Hill Church is probably this place. If you're coming from McCandless or Ingomar and you're trying to get on 79 here by Sorgels at Route 910 on a Sunday, time it so you're not going when church is letting out or people are getting to church. They have to have the police there to direct traffic to get in and out, because there's such an immense, a large scale congregation that's there. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so it gets, this intersection here to get onto 79 gets pretty stupid. Absolutely stupid. So here's Sorgel's Orchard on the left here. You can go here. This is where I'm saying you can go and get the pumpkins and the apples and do all that stuff there. Very, very popular. Really good stuff. It's a hometown favorite. T-bones. If you want to go up and get a really good butcher, T-bones is right here past the BP. And in front of me, you can't see it, there's a Starbucks and Thornhill Tap House. So there's lots right here in this little area where you're going to get on 79. So I'll cut it here. We'll jump on 79 and then we'll head up to the very, very northern tip of the school district, and we'll show you Venango Trails. All right, so I'm headed up 79 from the 910 exit there at Warrendale, which was that Sorgels intersection, which is freaking horrible on the weekends and Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings and stuff, and then during rush hour. This section between 910 and where I'm going to get off at the Cranberry exit, it can get pretty backed up, I'm not going to lie, for rush hour. Right now it's 9:30 in the morning on a Monday, so it's not bad at all. You can see I'm headed north towards Cranberry, passing the game lands. So if you like to hunt, like I'll go, if I don't have a lot of time and I want to go archery hunting or even go shoot my guns, because they have some gun ranges there. It's game lands like 137, something like that. I forget the name of it, but there's game lands right here for you. It's 12,000 acres. So you're going to run into some people during late season archery. In Allegheny County, you cannot use a rifle. You can only use shotguns with slugs or whatever. And recently, I've just been pretty much doing archery only anyway. I'm going 93 miles an hour right now, and I'm about to get passed on the right, which is crazy. The reason I'm in the left, and believe me, I don't do this on purpose, because I'm exiting on the left. So just so y'all know why I'm in the left, because I hate when people are on the left passing lane, the fast lane, going slower than traffic is. That's just the most annoying thing ever. So I'm actually exiting on the left. But I was going 93 and that guy just passed me. He had to have been going 100. Now he's riding the tail of somebody else, the tailgate. All right, so we're going to get off here 19 north towards Cranberry, and we're going to make a right on Freeport Road. And believe it or not, we're still in North Allegheny School District. So we'll go up and hit Venango Trails. And it's one of the nicer upscale neighborhoods. And believe me, I'm not going to just keep showing you nice upscale neighborhoods, because I know, especially first-time home buyers or even a move-up, sometimes home buyers, you can't afford this $8, $9, $1 million dollar home, or Infinity's building townhomes for $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 along with Eddie. Like, it's just not affordable. Plus, you got your taxes. You're paying, $15,000 yearly taxes on top of your $1 million mortgage. It's just kind of ridiculous. So we will show you. I'll show you my neighborhood that I was in when I first moved here. The President's neighborhood, very cool, small, older neighborhood, built in the 50s. Actually, my neighbor's house was built in like 1920 or 1918. He was one of the original farmhouses before they started developing the area. So yeah, we're gonna hit different neighborhoods. I'm not gonna be hitting every single neighborhood, or this video would be 7 hours long. So this is actually Mars Township. This is the very, very northern tip of the North Allegheny School District. If I drove 5 more minutes north, I'm in Cranberry Township. And Cranberry Township is ridiculously growing at such a high rate. It's insane. But they are in Butler County, which is why it's growing so quickly. So we're still in Allegheny County, so you pay those higher taxes. And then if you get up in the Cranberry Township, which I said was about 5 minutes, man, that sun's bright, 5 minutes north of here, you're going to be in Butler County, and then you're going to pay a lot less in taxes. School taxes are still going to be decent, fairly high, honestly, just because you got Seneca Valley School District. These townhomes on the left are not in North Allegheny School District, from what I understand. They're Infinity's homes. So we're going to make a right into the sun here. We're going to be hopefully not blinded by the sun, but this is Venango Trails. This neighborhood was built in like the 2017s, something like that. So these homes, a lot of them were built. I thought it was an exclusive build by Infinity, but it's not. I'm going to be calling some expireds here. So I saw one of the expireds was Benjamin Marcus. So another reason to work with me. I don't just look for homes that are on the market for sale. Like I want to find my buyers the best opportunity, best value I can get them. So these are some townhomes on the right. And if that means I got to do some circle prospecting and call old expireds that couldn't sell before, but you still fit your criteria, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what separates myself and my team that I'm on, the Matt Durbin, DJ Fairley team. That's what separates us. We don't just look on the MLS and see what's available. We look at the neighborhood. We look at what house do you want? What house fits your needs? What neighborhood really suits what you want? And we go after it. We'll find you something. So I got a car flying up behind me, so we'll just go down these townhomes a little bit. And these are nice. These are like just two townhomes together, so it's not, so they're each an end pretty much. When you buy a townhome, you'll be sharing a wall. Well, at least you're only sharing one wall with these townhomes on this particular street. And they do have straight ahead of me, they have like a community center there. I'm trying to get to the single family homes up on Chilliwack here, so just bear with me. I was going a little bit slower than what the guy behind me wanted to go, so I wanted to get out of their way. Alright, so we're still in the townhome area, but like I said, this is extremely nice neighborhoods. It's pretty quiet. You don't have a lot of space. So now you see some single family homes here on our right. Alright, so this is Chilliwack Lane, Marshall Township is where we're at, but we're still North Allegheny School District. So these homes, for instance, there's going to be one on the left here, 609, was for sale at 1.2 million. They expired. It would be this one here on the left, right there, 609. That was 1.2 million, just to give you an idea. Decent backyard. I can't remember if they have a pool, but That was a Benjamin Marcus build. Most of these are going to be Benjamin Marcus. There's some more townhomes. Benjamin Marcus and Infinity were a lot of the builders. 628. There's a couple more homes up here that are larger Infinity builds that were like the Austin floor plan. You're going to see the homes are getting a little bit bigger as we get up into this far end of Chilliwack Lane, and they were asking like $2 million. But what I'll say is, if I'm spending $2 million, and I think I could see why the home would not sell for $2 million, is because as you see how close you are to your neighbor. These are mix of single family homes, and there's a couple back there that were townhomes, and then you're going to get into more townhomes again. But you don't have, these are half acre lots. These are 0.49 acre lots, at least the homes that I was looking at that had expired. So would you spend $2 million to have your house so close to your neighbor? And these actually look further apart than what the pictures tell. Really nice neighborhood. Like, it's quiet. You can see the trees aren't mature trees. They're kind of still young, like not saplings, but they're not too big. They're probably not made to be that large. I'm not an arborist, so I don't know what kind of trees these are. But there's sidewalks. This is a small street, so it just doesn't get a lot of traffic. But the houses are packed in here. And that's what you get in the new developments, unfortunately, is you're going to get houses packed in here. Yeah, these are some Infinities. These are nice homes. Nice homes, but they're just so close. Just so close to their neighbor. Now, if you're cool with that, if you like that, you don't need a big yard, then I could see moving in here be nice. I'm sure they got a lot going on for the neighborhood. I think there's HOA fees, but HOA fees haven't been crazy for these neighborhoods from what I've seen. Like that. Okay, so these wouldn't be bad. You're in a cul-de-sac. So this home here, and then there's a area here where there's not going to be building. There's like a right-of-way, but that's a beautiful home. But you're 15 feet, 20 feet from your neighbor, and that just doesn't fit everyone's style, right? So I don't know. If it fits you, let me know. I'll call all these people that live along this road. I will call them for you, and we'll find you a house. And if you live along this road and you just happen to be watching and you're looking to sell, wow, that's a nice build there, and you are looking to sell, give me a call. I'll find you a buyer. we'll put my buyers and my sellers together. That's what we do as agents. We're proactive. Not all agents are created equal. Just remember that. But myself and the team that I'm on, we are proactive, and you want one of these homes, we'll find somebody and get you in this neighborhood. All right, so I'm gonna cut here, and then I'm gonna head along the southwestern side of the school district towards like Sewickley, and we'll go down. We'll hit. I'll just show you how rural it can look along like Nicholson and Big Sewickley Creek. On the other side of the game lands and stuff like that we showed you earlier. And then we'll head down to one of the other premier neighborhoods, which is Diamond Run, which is another one that only part of it is in the school district. So you have to be really you really have to look at the lines when you buy your home of the school district. I was looking at homes last year when we bought ours. We absolutely fell in love with a home that it was older, it needed a lot of work, but man, it was just so cool. It just set up nicely. The layout was amazing. It was large. It was like almost 3,000 square feet, and it was cheap. It was like, well, cheap for this area. It was like upper threes. It might have been 350 actually, but it was such a good deal. And I knew I was gonna put a lot of sweat and tears into that bad boy to make it pristine. And we wanted it so bad. And then we looked at the school lines. The backyard was the cutoff. The house itself was actually in North Hills School District instead of North Allegheny. And if my kids were out of school, I would have bought it in a second. But my daughter is still in high school, so I don't want to move her out of the school district. My boys are in college, so they didn't matter. And then we had to look at resale. So a home in North Hills School District, still a good school district, has decent ratings. It's just not going to get the resale. It's not going to get the equity that you're going to build as quickly as you would in North Allegheny School District, because the school district is just so in such a high demand. So when you're moving here to Pittsburgh and you know you're not going to be in your forever home, you're not going to be there for 15, 20 years, or 30 years or whatnot, you're going to be there for maybe 5 years to 10 years. Think about, the resale value. How does this neighborhood look in 10 years from now? Am I gonna profit very much? Am I gonna get that next good sized down payment to buy my next home? So keep that in mind. Here in Pittsburgh, not all school districts are created equal. I can't speak specifically on school districts due to the rules and regulations, but I can direct you to niche.com, or there are other school ranking systems out there. I'll check out the schools, see how they rank, check out the crime ratings, see how they rank before you want to purchase. Or call a realtor and we'll take you through the neighborhoods and show you everything. But I can't say this school district is this school district is that. I can only say what it's ranked. And that's not because I don't want to. It's because I can. I don't want to lose my license. All right, so I'll stop babbling right now. And this is Freeport Road, headed back towards Perry Highway. They have 2 acres for sale with that house. And then, so you buy a house like that, and then you build your own home, and you have 2 acres. That's the way to go, in my opinion. Rather than buying it in a development, and then paying HOA fees, and then having a half-acre lot with a 6,000-7,000 square foot home. So just things to think about and talk to your realtor about and get their advice. All right, that's my soapbox for now. I'm gonna go drive down to the western edge of the school district, or close to it anyway. All right, so before I head down the western side, I want to show you guys a brand new, like within the last couple of year development, and they're still building here. This is going to be Spring Way by Eddie Homes. I think you've seen this before in maybe an old vlog somewhere. I did this about 1.5 years or 2 years ago. I drove up into here. I showed, we did one of their model homes. One of their homes that was actually for sale. So these are brand new, built by Eddie. It's called Spring Way. I'm not sure how many homes are in this site, but it's built up really, really fast. I know a couple of these homes are for sale, or over $1 million right now. Decorated model home. It was closed. We can't go in that anyway if we wanted to. But very large upscale homes. Anywhere from 3,000 square feet to 7,000 square feet in that area. So you can see they still have a few lots for sale in the neighborhood here. They do have sidewalks, I think. It's hard to tell. Not everybody has shoveled their sidewalk. I don't know about HOA fees or anything like that, so I'm guessing they don't do that. We don't do the sidewalks for you here, because they're pretty bad if there are sidewalks. So yeah, I showed you the house on the left right here, 303. I did do a tour of that home. I'm doing some construction. The HVAC crew is here, mad dogging me as I drive through with my little camera. Nobody understands what this camera looks so weird. It doesn't look like an actual camera. It's the tiniest thing, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Very cool. Yeah, nice neighborhood, brand new builds. Try to get through here real quick. Thought these guys getting too upset with me. Mad dog, man. Having their smokes. What's up, dude? Jeez, I've been in construction a long time, man. I don't get construction workers sometimes. I've worked with a lot of really good people, and I work with some people that are just angry, just aggravated when they see anyone that's not dressed like them. I don't know what it is, man. I'm a blue collar guy at heart. I've always done blue collar work, except for when I was a cop. I wouldn't call that blue collar, but it's definitely hard work. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Just aggravated all the time. Man, there's some nice homes. If you like windows in the back of your home, that home over there to the right is extremely beautiful. You know, great views. So yeah, this is Springway. This is Baden. This would be the very northwest corner of North Allegheny School District. So very nice area. They got a lot of new developments actually going up in here. There's another one that has been built for the last probably maybe 5 years, called Mallard Pond, and that's going to be an array of different builders. Hurrick Construction is one of the builders over there. Benjamin Marcus is another builder in that one, which is, they're only like about a mile away from here, up here in Baden. Then there's just farm after farm. So what happens is, unfortunately, the farmers, you know, after a while they sell because they're not farming anymore, can't do it anymore, and the developers roll in and they buy the homes, they buy the property, you know, buy like 100 acres or whatever they were going to buy, and they develop it, and then they charge $1 to $2 million for these new homes, and it can get a little out of control. One of the nicest neighborhoods I've ever seen is Copper Creek. That's right around the corner here. I've driven back into it before, showcased it on another drive-by vlog deal thing in my car. It's some of the biggest properties I've ever seen with these mansions. I wouldn't say biggest properties I've ever seen, but they'll sell like a 2, 3, 4. This right here, Copper Creek Lane. Go back there, and you'll see houses on like 5 acres, and that's why they're charging $5 million. That's Eddie Homes just had one back there on Copper Creek. So now I'll head out into some different neighborhoods here, and the sun is going to be hitting us hard, and we're running into some construction right here. So we'll cut out, and I'll hit a different neighborhood on the way back south. All right, so now we're headed south on Mingo, M-I-N-G-O, Mingo Road. Still going to be a lot of like luxury homes along this road. This road doesn't get insanely busy. It does get a little bit busy. You can see as I'm on the other side of the road. I'm trying to get, this Jeep is so small. It's hard to get a spot where I'm not hitting a clear shot. There's some older homes, there's some newer homes, homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and ones that were built in the 90s, and brand new homes as well. You're generally going to see more expensive homes up in this area. We're just south of Baden, headed south on Mingo Road. Sorry the sun is in your face there, but I just wanted to show you. The reason I wanted to show you this road is it just shows how rural it can get, and we're going to be making a right onto State Game Lands Road, and we're going to drive right through the State Game Lands that I was talking about before. So if you're trying to think of where we're at, if you know where Interstate 79 is on the map as you go south from Cranberry, we are just west of Interstate 79. We're headed parallel with 79 going south on Mingo Road. So you can find, like, there's a couple of houses that have been for sale around here, and you can see you can get, you know, a couple acres with an older home, and then you're either going to knock it down and build yourself a brand new home through a custom builder, or you know, you're just going to be, if the house has good bones, or if it has like a decent floor plan size, or floor size, square foot size, I'm sorry, then just, you know, gut it out and start over. Or if you like how it is, like, you don't have to tear the house down. So this is one of my favorite parts of the drive, which is going to be the State Game Lands. So back here, you'll be able to hunt either side of the road here in about a quarter mile. Nice log home that had been for sale on the left back there. It came with like, I think it was 5 or 6 acres, something like that. But you can have some privacy back in here, which is great. So there's a few homes, and then they'll hit State Game Lands Road pretty much after these couple homes on the left and right. There's a pond on the right. So that house has a cool little setup back there. They got a pond in front of their home, and then we're entering State Game Lands here, where you can hunt, public hunting. And this is what I was talking about, where it's like 12,000 square acres. So it's a decent amount. I mean, you will run into some people back here hunting, just because it's public, and you know, there's not too many public places to hunt anymore, unfortunately. So many people have bought, and I can't blame them for posting their property private, just because you get a lot of assholes who hunt and just destroy the property. They leave garbage, or you know, they just don't respect the land. So then unfortunately they screw it up for the rest of us who respect the land, and you know, we lose privileges. Thanks, guys. Now on the right here is a pistol range, so if you shoot guns, you can come down here. I can't remember, I always have a hunting license, so you can use these for free, and definitely with a hunting license. I don't know if they charge anything, if you need a pass or anything. I haven't looked into that, just because I don't need to. But yeah, you can 8 a.m. I know it's at least Monday through Saturday. I'm not sure if they're open on Sundays for the range. You can come down and shoot, and this is the rifle range on the right. So you can imagine that gets pretty busy right around Thanksgiving. There's a million guys go here to sight in their rifles to go up hunting for the weekend, deer hunting. So you can hunt white-tailed deer, you can turkey hunt, you can pheasant hunting. They stock pheasants here. So there's, you know, squirrels. There's a freaking million gray big-ass squirrels here who irritate the crap out of you when you're deer hunting, because you always think it's a big deer coming through the woods, and then you see it's about 8 squirrels chasing each other. You can, I don't know, I've never seen anybody fish the little creek down there, but I know once we get downstream about a mile or 2, they do stock trout. I don't think they stock it all up in here though. But it's lots of property both on the right and left. It's very hilly, so you can get some good spots, but you just got to be careful with your thermals when you're hunting. Watch those thermals, they'll get you every time. You got the wind, and then the thermals mess with you. All right, so this is the very edge of the State Game Lands, but it goes back on both sides of the road pretty far. Now it's pretty much the end of the game lands right there. Little sign coming up here, and then there's more properties, and these people own like big chunks of land. They could own like 20-30 acres, older homes. But this is cool. Like, it's just so rural, and like this fits my lifestyle more than being in these newer developments and stuff, I guess. I would love to have a brand new home, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to have a half acre right next to my neighbor and I spent $1 million or $2 million for. So I'd rather buy 20 acres and redo a house, or build a new home out of 20 acres. But it is getting harder and harder to find those 20-30 acres lots out here. But you can find them. At some point, these people will sell. At some point. Man, there's all kinds of deer tracks and stuff down here in the woods, or in these fields. So now we're going to be hitting, I think it's Big Swickley Creek. I can't remember how you pronounce the dang name. Big Crickley. I can't pronounce it, but it's we're hitting it. All right, so if you make a right, Big Swickley Creek. That's it. Big Swickley Creek Road. There's a brewery down there about a mile if I were to head west on this road. So now we're headed south. I guess you would say south. And in the school district, we're going to be heading back down along the western edge of the school district. You can see, very rural. If you can find somebody willing to sell out here, I would love it. This road gets fairly busy because you can take it over. This is a back road over towards Leetsdale or Swickley, downtown Swickley. You can get over to 65 and the Ohio River and Ohio River Boulevard, which is 65. So this is kind of like a back road to it. Big Swickley Creek Road. That's, gosh dang, that's hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. So we'll stop here. It's just more of this. We're gonna be heading up towards, there's a landscaping, I think it's called Dragons Landscaping company up here, and that's kind of like the corner, another western edge of the school district. I love this road. This is my style. And then we're literally from here, we're probably 15 minutes to the high school and maybe 20-25 minutes to the intermediate school, which I forgot to mention. North Allegheny High School only houses 11th and 12th grade. So your 9th and 10th graders will go to what's called the North Allegheny Intermediate School, which is right next to, it's not far from Lowe's on McKnight. It's on Cumberland. And there's also McKnight Elementary, and then one of the middle schools, one of the 3 middle schools, which is Carson Middle School, is also on the same campus pretty much. So yeah, there's Dragons Landscape Company right in front of me. And if we make a left and go up that road, we'll go back up to 910. So we did a big circle kind of. This house on the right just sold. Beautiful farmhouse that they redid. I think it had 28 acres with it. It was around $3 million, I think, by the time it was said and done. Took them a while to sell it, but they redid that farmhouse down there. It has like 30-foot ceilings in a great room and stuff like that. Absolutely, this is beautiful, man. Absolutely gorgeous. It has like 2 or 3 different barns. Has another guest house and all this stuff. It's gorgeous property. And then up top here, up above that hill, it's called Castletown. Those are going to be multi-million-dollar homes up there as well. And then you have like little farmhouses. So it's quite a mixture right here. We're headed back towards 79 actually. So we'll be headed up. We'll go south on Nicholson and hit one last corner, the southwestern corner. Yeah, there's Castletown up there. I've driven through that. If you look back through my shorts or whatever, just more, beautiful large homes. But we'll head to Nicholson Road coming up, and we'll make a right and head south towards Blueberry Hill Park, and then to Diamond Run. And then we'll hit one more. We'll hit the older neighborhood, my old neighborhood, after Diamond Run, to show you just the mix of how it is. Or back over towards North Allegheny Intermediate, actually, towards the center of the school district. So that's what we got going on. This is like Franklin Park that we're in at the moment. Franklin Park Township, or that's the Westview Authority that we just passed. So you got some townhomes, some older, like an older neighborhood, probably built in the 60s and 70s behind this road back there. So on Nicholson, which is the stop sign we're going to be headed up towards right here, we'll head south on Nicholson. If you make a left and head north on Nicholson, you'll go right back up to 910 at that Warrendale intersection where it gets real crappy. There's a Sheetz up there and stuff like that, which I love Sheetz, although they're getting overpriced. Everybody's getting overpriced, man. It's crazy. All right, so we're headed south on Nicholson. If we headed north on Nicholson, they have some new, I think it's Miranda, put up a new plan, stuff like that. But then there's some older homes. You got your self-storage on the left, lots of woods on the right. There's an absolutely gorgeous house back here on the right. It's a little older. They have a pond, like big, huge pond in front of their house. There is, I wish I could take you back. There's a house on Pegger, P-E-G-H-E-R Lane. So we're passing over 79 right now. Blueberry Hill Park right here on the left. My boys spent so much time there with their friends. I did actually I had done another video where I went through extensively with Blueberry Hill Park. But there's a house on Pegger Lane that had been for sale for, man, since I've been here, probably 8 years. It seems like 5 to 8 years it's been for sale. $5 million, Might have been $4 or $5 million now, last I've seen it. It's currently not for sale. It expired multiple times. If you like mountain homes or like stuff like that, where there's a big, huge pond, I forget how many square feet the home is, but it looks like it should be in like in the mountains somewhere. It's got a lot of timber and stuff like that on the front of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Probably one of my favorite homes. It just won't sell. So if you're out of state, you're moving in, and $5 million might not mean a whole lot to someone from, say, Los Angeles or New York City or something like that, and you want 5+ acres, 10+ acres, then that's something that we can do. Something we can find you is we can find you a home like that one, like I was talking about on Pegarline, and get you in a home. I think just after living in Los Angeles and seeing the prices of homes, you know, I'm talking about like inner city Los Angeles, like Compton, South Central, and the homes are so small it's ridiculous, and they're still selling for $800,000, $900,000, $1 million. It's just it's stupid. It's crazy. So you get a lot more for your money out here. It's not such sticker shock by moving out here to Pittsburgh, and especially the North Hills of Pittsburgh. This is Diamond Run, so these are going to be anywhere from $800,000 up as well. So this is another one of those luxury neighborhoods. It's been around for a while. It has a golf course that goes through it called Diamond Run, and I believe part of your dues, like your HOA fees and all that, your neighborhood dues and everything, you can join. It's a private club, it's a private course, but you can join the course. It kind of goes throughout the neighborhood here. Now some of these homes, like the homes we're in right now, this home's, I can't remember if this is Quaker Valley School District, because we're basically in the outskirts of Sewickley, and Sewickley is in the Quaker Valley School District. And then right up here, we're going to be getting right back into the North Allegheny School District. Well, I don't know if I'm getting past these guys. I got a garbage truck and I got somebody delivering. Yep, there we go. Somebody delivering water. Oh, they almost ran into him. This is crazy. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. I don't know if I should pass this dude or what. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a little tight. Getting past the garbage man and the water guy, they're stuck. So we have gorgeous homes back here. These were built probably in the 90s and early 2000s, but they're gonna be, sorry about the sun. I normally don't have a problem with the sun because we're in Pittsburgh and usually it's cloudy, but you can see these are nice brick built homes. Both sides of the road, they're gorgeous. They're 3,000 square feet plus. Golf course right in front of me. There's a clubhouse. So I'll make a left and we'll hit where one of my son's good friends used to live up in here. So we dropped him off quite a few times up in this neighborhood. It's awesome. I think this is the edge of the school district right here on this road as we're driving up in the Diamond Run here. Nice quiet neighborhood. I don't remember there being sidewalks, and everything's buried in the snow anyway. But this is one of those walkable communities. You just walk around on the road. Doesn't get a ton of traffic. You can take your dogs for a walk and your kids. Let your little guys and gals ride their bicycles. Just tell them, obviously, you gotta be safe, because you get teenagers or asshole drivers that'll drive a little too fast anyway through these neighborhoods. But there are some sidewalks. Okay, so there are some sidewalks. I wonder if this is, it's almost like the sidewalks appeared in the school district. It might be. But yeah, this is Diamond Run. It gives you a little bit of an idea. This is one, I'm trying to think of another community, another neighborhood in the school district that has a golf course running through it. That's about it. There might be one over by No, that's about it. So yeah, all right, so let's head down. I'll show you my old neighborhood, and we'll drive through a couple neighborhoods down by North Allegheny Intermediate School District, or Intermediate School. All right, we're now traveling southbound on Rochester, which is kind of like the southwest corner of the school district, or maybe just the west corner of the school district. And we just passed, I've done this neighborhood in the past, which was Franklin Town. Really nice neighborhood. Homes there are going to be in your mids, probably like your $400s to $700,000, something like that. And we're going to make a left on Sloop. So if you want to see Franklin Town, you just have to scroll back in my videos from like a few years ago or a couple years ago and see that one. So this is called Sloop Road, and there's a little park on the left that they just spent a lot of money redoing. So you see a lot of t-ball, a lot of little softball and stuff like that there. They have some tennis courts and whatnot. And then this is Sloop, and Sloop Road's older. It's an older, oh, that one's for sale by owner. Move-in ready. So very rural, as you see, a lot of twists, a lot of turns along Sloop Road. Sloop Road is not very long. It's maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles long. And then we'll run into Hamilton, or Highland, I'm sorry, not Hamilton, Highland. So you'll see some split levels like that, something like that on this road, and then you'll hit some apartments. So you can buy these apartments coming up. Apartments, they might consider them condos, I guess. But there's a lot of duplexes right here, and then Calis. I can never figure out how you actually pronounce this name, and I never really asked anybody. C-A-L-A-I-S, Calis or Calis apartments, and not townhomes, but they're like apartments in Calis Village. Calis Village. I can't pronounce it. And then you got a little road down below us. You know, very rural. Some of these houses down on the right are just older. They're kind of falling apart a little bit. So you get all kinds of mixtures here in the school district. You don't have to have $1 million house or make, you know, $500,000 a year to live in the school district. Like, there's plenty of homes available right now. We're gonna drive by one that was in my old neighborhood. It's smaller, it's older, it's in the 50s, but it's a three bedroom home. And they're selling it for like just over $200,000. So you don't have to have, like, a lot of people are like, oh, you gotta be rich to live in North Allegheny School District. You don't have to be rich. I'm not rich. When we first moved here, I rented. So you can find a house that you can rent. Rent was $2,000 a month for my house, but I was able to rent instead of buy because we didn't know what neighborhood we'd wanted to live in, moving here from Los Angeles. So I understand it. I've been through what you guys have been through, or what you're going through, the whole process. Luckily, my wife's family is from Pittsburgh, so we were able to have her older sister kind of go and scout out some houses or whatnot. So we're turning into the neighborhood here where I used to live. This house on the left is one I was just talking about. It's for sale by Linda Honeywell from Berkshire. It's a small home from the 50s. And it's $200,000 and some, but it's a really nice neighborhood. Like, I used to walk my dogs down this road all the time. How you doing? All the time. And there's not a whole lot of traffic. There's a decent amount of homes back here, and there are some homes that were there. This neighborhood honestly ranges anywhere from 1918, I think, is the earliest home, which might be this home, if I can remember. I think it's that home right across from us right there. That's like the oldest home in the neighborhood. It's like early 1900s, because this all used to be forest and farmland, and it goes into homes way back in the corner on Van Buren and Reagan and stuff that are built in the 90s. This stop sign right here pisses me off. Not because there's a stop sign, because if you do end up in this neighborhood, I tell you what, and you're walking around, people run this stop sign constantly. They absolutely run the stop sign. They just blow right through it, and we've been on the police for years that I lived here, trying to get them to at least sit there. This is my old road. This is Washington Heights Avenue, sorry. I was here from 2018 till last year, 2025. And this is my old house on the left. We rented that for $2,000 a month. One of my good neighbors right here on the right, Jeff. That house was built in 1920, 1918, something like that. So these houses were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s along Washington Heights. Yeah, great neighborhood, man. I really got to know these people really well. We used to have block parties every late summer. There'd be a block party for us on Washington Heights. My kids would walk down here to the corner and go to the school, go to their school bus. And on Washington Heights, there weren't very many kids. I think there was like maybe two other families that have kids. It was more of an older neighborhood, like a lot of retired people. And then going back further into this neighborhood back here, into the President's neighborhood, you would find there'd be a lot of kids. So it'd be kids riding their bikes and stuff like that in the summer. What you doing, lady? Yeah. People are funny when they drive. They don't know what they should. I'm amazed that a lot of people have driver's license. So anyway, I won't go off into that. So we're gonna make a right off of Roosevelt on the Van Buren. And like I said, be careful back in this neighborhood. It's a great neighborhood to walk and run and take your dogs for walks, but around the stop signs, especially in the morning, people think if it's dark out and at night, so early in the morning and then late at night when it's dark, people think, oh, I don't see headlights, I'm just going to blow through the stop sign. Well, there's a lot of people that walk their dogs and don't, unfortunately, take their flashlights with them when they go or whatever. So just be careful. They just built the only brand new house. Well, there was a house on Washington Heights that a family had built in 2020, and then this house on the right down there, that used to be woods, so they just built that home. I forget who the custom builder was. It's only a 2,400 square foot home, and they sold it for like $500,000. So now we'll get back into. We'll go around this way. We're gonna make a right on Reagan, and like these are the homes that were built in the 90s, the early 90s. So these homes will get you $500,000 to $700,000. The neighborhood I was in, I'm sorry, not the neighborhood, but the road that I was on, Washington Heights, like my old house sold for $250,000. It was 1,700 square feet, 3 beds. You can see the neighborhood's really nice. Like, it's quiet. People really take care of their homes here. There might be 1 or 2 homes where it's like kind of trashy. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't taken care of the home very well. But for the most part, everybody takes pride in their home here. You can get into this neighborhood, like I said, around the $300,000 range. And then these homes are going to go probably around $500,000 to $600,000 maybe back here. Some of these are probably in the 4s, just because of the size and the age. Like, there's an older Tudor style. You can make a right on East Van Buren, and it's more of the same type of homes. You got a lot of split levels, a lot of just two level basic colonials. There's a Tudor here and there. There's a ranch here and there. There's one to the right. Just kind of nothing like majorly old that's going to be like that old, like Sewickley type stone house look. There aren't any of those homes. There are some really nice homes. These properties on the right, that one sold for over $5. It had like 2 acres. This house on the right, this old farmhouse, is really, really cool. There's always deer walking through this neighborhood, and they love their house right there. That's the only like stone house in the neighborhood. I'm not sure the age of it. But it's nice. It's got a couple acres. But for the most part, most of these lots are going to be like a 1/4 acre, maybe 1/3 of an acre. But you can see they're spaced out a little bit, so you're not right on top of your neighbor, which is nice. You got a little privacy in between the homes. But put up a fence. Put a fence up in your backyard, and you're good to go. So that's President's neighborhood. This is where I first landed when we moved from Los Angeles, and it served us well. It was great. I have nothing but good things to say about this neighborhood, other than people running the stop signs. That's about it. But it doesn't seem overpriced. I think these houses are priced well for the neighborhood, for the school district for sure. You can go back to the right. There's a couple more roads back there. They all end up in cul-de-sacs. So there's not like there's only 2 ways in and out of this neighborhood, which is nice. You know what I mean? So there's not a bunch of through traffic. There's not people running through the neighborhood to get to the next neighborhood over or anything like that. So yeah, it's just a solid neighborhood. Solid neighborhood. There are always homes for sale in this neighborhood. Like I said, because it was a lot of older. It's like an older neighborhood. A lot of retirees that are, finally moving out and selling their home and going into maybe an assisted living, or maybe they're just looking for a condo or something, or moving south or whatnot. So yeah, solid place to live, grow up with your, have your kids grow up in this neighborhood. Wouldn't be a bad thing at all. Yeah, that is the President's neighborhood. So we'll go over, we'll hit another one called, I believe people call it the Indian neighborhood. That's just because of all the roads are like named after Indian tribes and whatnot, like Iroquois and whatnot. So we'll go check that one out and I'll wrap it up. And as we're leaving the President's neighborhood, and we're coming up on Highland right here, if we make a right, there's a Sheets down there. And that's Perry Highway. We're gonna make a left. We just passed, there's actually a church in the neighborhood, and then this is the Chinese church, Pittsburgh Chinese church, they call it, right here. And then I'm blanking on schools today for some reason, but you got a community college right here on the left, where I taught my boys how to drive in their parking lot. So it's a CCAC, Community College of Allegheny County. So this is Perry Highway right here. So leaving the President's neighborhood, it's only a 7-minute drive to NAI, which is North Allegheny Intermediate, and Carson Middle School, and McKnight Elementary. They're all in the same, like I said before, they're all in the same. That was CCAC. They're all in the same campus. So you'd make that left, and we're going north on Perry Highway now. And there's a really good, the hot dog shop is on the left. A really good place to get a little diner type food. On the right back there, that you make that right and you turn up into the intermediate school, like the Carson Elementary School or Middle School, and McKnight Elementary. This is Cumberland, so you can make a right here and go to the North Allegheny Intermediate School. So it's a really close. It's nice when you have kids and they're in school, they're young like that until 11th grade, they'll go 5 minutes away from home. So we're turning into basically what people call the Indian neighborhood or whatnot. This is about the same age as the President's neighborhood. Go make a left on Inwood Road. So you'll see this one tends to have, seems like they have about the same. Some of these homes have about a half-acre lot, and they're older, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s built. That's a weird yellow one right there, different on. But you can see there's an old stone house right there from the early 1900s. So you got quite an array of different styles, a lot of ranches, a lot of single levels, and then there's some split levels. Like this neighborhood has pretty much everything. All kinds of different styles of homes. They just redid this home on the left, this white one. Investors came in and flipped it. I think they had trouble flipping it. It was decently built, but man, it was such a small home. So you see Colonials. There's a swimming pool back here. The Ingomar swimming pool is back in this neighborhood. It's right here on the left-hand side. So just out in my neighborhood, we have the McCandless pool. They have the Inglewood. I'm back in California. The Ingomar pool. now on Troutwood Drive right here. That's a no outlet. So again, like, these homes are gonna go anywhere from $250,000 to probably $400,000. Like, there's ways to get in the school district, and you can find some rental homes in this neighborhood as well. But there's ways to get into the school district without spending, you know, $1 million or $800,000 to get into the school district, and you're still gonna get the same freaking amenities from the school district that you got if you spent $1 million. It's not like your house matters. So if you're moving in from out of state, or you're just relocating and you want to get your kids in the school district because they have so much to offer, and I can speak from experience on that. Like, my son went through, he did robotics, he got into engineering classes, stuff like that. Ninth or 10th grade he got into it. He was going up to the high school so he could take the classes up there while he was in the intermediate school. And they have just so many different programs. The sports, the athletics, they offer so much. Like, every sport you can imagine, North Allegheny School District offers, although there's a lot of politics involved, not gonna lie to you. As an outsider, sometimes you gotta battle through that, and it can be tough and frustrating at times because there's so much politics involved in the school district. But that's what you get when you have, you know, 800 kids in a class, which my daughter, her class when she graduates will be just over 800 kids graduating. In her class, my sons were 750 kids, I think. And my oldest son graduated 4 years ago. Oh my God, he's gonna be graduating from college this year. But he had 745 kids in his class, and my younger boy graduated a year after him, and he had 750 kids in his class. Like, there's just so much demand to get into this neighborhood, into the school district. I don't know how they can have more people, have more kids, but then my daughter has 800, like a little over 800 people. So you got a public library right here, the Northland Public Library. We're now in Cumberland. Another church on our left. That's gonna be a is that another? Yeah, another Lutheran church, St. John's. They offer a preschool, and then down here on the right is the North Allegheny Intermediate School. So that's your 9th and 10th graders, and then behind it is going to be McKnight Elementary, and then way up on a hill behind the intermediate school, across the fields and everything, and up on the hill is Carson Middle School. So it's nice to have all three on the same campus. And then the neighborhood on the left across from the school is the same as like where I was at, where I had our home. It's the same thing, you know, a lot of brick homes built in the 50s, colonials. You got some duplexes right here. So what we're gonna do is go up over the hill and go into the Lowe's, and then we're right back at McKnight Mare Road. So we did like one giant loop. There's so many neighborhoods in the school district. Like I said, it encompasses such a vast area that I could literally show you a different neighborhood, like 4 different neighborhoods every week for the next probably 10 weeks, just to show you how many different neighborhoods are in this school district. It's insane. But go ahead, man. But yeah, there's just so much the school district has to offer, and it's not. I don't even think it is as big as Seneca Valley School District when you talk about like the area, the general area of how many acres it fills. Come on, buddy. Not a good. If you're gonna stop somewhere, stop in a parking spot. across the street, you're gonna have Longhorn Steakhouse, the movie theater I was talking about before, Trader Joe's, BJ's Restaurant, which is pretty good. If you like Bonefish Grill, it's here. I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you. Bonefish Grill, UPS stores, all kind of like, there's, on this side you have Condado's Tacos straight ahead, which is really, really good. Handles ice cream. And like I said, we're in the Lowe's parking lot. So if you want to look it up on a map, you can find the Lowe's in McCandless, and this is exactly where we're at. And then there's different restaurants all around, all up and down McKnight. All up and down McKnight Road. There's all kinds of different restaurants, different shopping centers. The Ross Park Mall is right here, just south of the school district by about 10 minutes down McKnight Road. School district is really, really good. It's highly ranked. Obviously, niche.com has it #1 in Pittsburgh, #2 in Pennsylvania, and I think 24th in the United States for public schools. Ranks like 24th. So, but I wanted to show you guys just kind of like so you can see the difference in, okay, there's all kinds of different levels, I guess you will, anywhere from a $250,000 neighborhood to $400,000 neighborhood to where I live is like you're going to get your $400,000 to $600,000 houses, and there's multiple neighborhoods like that. It's not just one neighborhood. It's like literally 10 to 15 neighborhoods where you're going to get that price range. And then you can get up into the new builds, or you can get up into developments like Venango Trails that have been there for almost 10 years now, 8 to 10 years, and the homes are still going to get $1 to $2 million up there. So such a vast array of price range from here. In Wexford, I think the median home price is like over 600,000, right around 600,000 for the Wexford area. But Wexford also encompasses North Allegheny School District, and then it goes up into Pine Ridge School District as well. That kind of gives you an idea of the houses and the neighborhoods for North Allegheny School District. So we can cover another school district, like we can go up to Seneca Valley. I'm not going to drive the whole way around Seneca Valley School District because it's so large, it's very rural. I think they actually are starting to have more kids per class in Seneca Valley due to Cranberry, because Cranberry Township has grown up so much with the new developments there. So Seneca Valley is a nice school district, highly ranked by niche.com as well. You're getting far away from Pittsburgh. You're probably 30 to 45 minutes away from downtown. Just depends on where you work and what kind of commute you want to look. Here in North Allegheny School District, your commute to downtown could be anywhere from probably a half hour to about 20 minutes, somewhere around there, give or take. If you have to go down 279, which you do, it just depends on traffic. You could end up being, instead of a 20-minute, you could double that to 45 minutes. Depends on if there was an accident or not, which you understand wherever you're moving from. There's traffic everywhere. So if you work downtown, this is a decent commute. If you want to go downtown and watch the Pirates or the Steelers play, you can get down to the stadiums in 20 minutes for a Pirates game, because it doesn't get quite as much as Steelers. You could actually get parked in the parking lot in 20 minutes from like my neighborhood or from McCandless. You can get down there pretty quickly. So it gives you an idea of what you have here in North Allegheny School District. There's one high school, one intermediate school, 3 elementary school or middle schools, and then there's about 7 elementary schools. So that cover all kinds of different. So it's nice. You can, for elementary schools, there's one close to your neighborhood somewhere. All right, guys, so that gives you an idea of the school district. If you plan on moving to Pittsburgh and you want to entertain looking at one of these school districts, North Allegheny School District or any school district, Pittsburgh, wherever, I'm more than happy to take you on that tour, show you what I know, show you the different neighborhoods, drive around, give you an idea of how neighborhoods differ, how school districts differ, where they're located, where they're laid out, what the commutes are like, stuff like that. Get in contact with me. Step 1 for working with me is just send me that email or call me, and we'll set up a Zoom call so we can talk together and see what you're looking for, what your plans are, and see how I can help you, see if we're a fit, because I'm not going to fit with everybody and everybody's not going to fit with me. So we have to make sure that we're compatible for sure. Reach out, set up the Zoom call, and we go from there. Thanks again for watching, guys. Till next time, keep it real estate.